The boy was running for his life, his face filled with panic. As he fled, he kept glancing back over his shoulder, terrified that the farmer would catch him and drag him back. Just a few days earlier, his father, who had spent half his life as a farmhand, had signed a contract on Paul's behalf with the farmer. At just 10 years old, Paul had been forced to become the farmer's young laborer, but the young boy didn't want to spend his whole life working for the farmer like his father had. So, taking advantage of the farmer's inattention, he fled the farm. Not only that, but to secure enough money for his escape, he also stole the farmer's most prized gold watch. Upon learning that Paul had run away and stolen his beloved gold watch, the furious farmer immediately summoned all the farmhands, ordering them to pursue the fleeing Paul in different directions, and even offered a hefty reward of 50 pesetas. Paul's father also hurried to apologize to the farmer on his son's behalf, but the farmer angrily replied,
Sparisci dalla mia vista. Non farti vedere finché non troverai tuo figlio.
Meanwhile, the fleeing Paul arrived at a large tree they had agreed upon beforehand. His sister had been waiting there for quite some time. Paul immediately changed into the new clothes his sister had brought him, then instructed her to throw his old clothes in the opposite direction to throw off the farmer and the hunting dogs. With that, he bid his sister farewell and continued his escape. He ran with all his might, not daring to stop for a moment, until night fell. Only then did he hide in a cave, quickly eating some dry rations to regain his strength, and spent the night in fear. The next morning, the farmer, accompanied by his hunting dogs, found the old clothes Paul had discarded, and they arrived at Paul's home. The farmer was convinced that someone must have helped Paul escape the farm, and that person was most likely his sister. But Paul's sister kept shaking her head and said nothing, so the farmer began to threaten her.
Lì fuori ci sono lupi, cinghiali, scorpioni sotto ogni pietra e uomini cattivi che possono fargli del male. Tu vuoi che lui soffra?
She believed the farmer's words, fearing something might happen to her brother. She eventually told the farmer the direction Paul had fled in. When the mother tried to plead for her son's mercy, the farmer slapped her hard across the face. After walking for an unknown amount of time, Paul finally spotted a building in the wilderness. This was the bus station where Paul had planned to board a bus as part of his escape. Once he boarded the bus, he could quickly shake off the farmer's pursuit. Seeing the bus station before him, the exhausted Paul instantly felt a surge of energy. He quickly picked up his pace, but suddenly he heard the sound of an engine behind him.